And then this should say, this should give you the online thing.
When we start streaming?
Yeah, and then, so it's starting, so now it's connecting, receiving content, and when you're ready to go live, I think you just click here, go live.
Oh, it started.
It
started
No,
anyway.
it
No?
started.
Yeah? Yeah, it started.
You are live. You're live.
All
Okay,
right.
let me out here. Okay. I'm going.
Thank you.
I'm just sitting there stuck.
Funny. Okay.
All right, you ready? Don't forget to record also.
All right. No. Right.
Yeah, don't forget to
Don't
press
forget-
that button.
Right. And here we go.
All right,
Yeah,
have a good
yeah.
show.
Thank
you.
you so much.
All right. You gotta
Thank
set
you.
up.
Yeah, no, we're good. I will just roll like this and then I'll do,
And
yeah, go ahead.
And you're gonna go into the thing later, or we're not gonna open with that?
No, we actually should probably open with it, but we already started. So what I'm going to
Okay.
do is have Chris say a few things while I set it up. Why don't you do that? Why don't you say hello to the wonderful, wonderful people of the
Hello,
of the world.
everybody. This is your boy, Chris Big Smooth Edwards. I want to appreciate you
Look
guys
at
for
that
tuning in
camera
today.
right there,
Oh, we
Cam.
in that camera right there. My bad. We right there. So, yeah. Thanks for tuning in today. We have a beautiful show for you. We're going to talk about what's going on in the media today as far as Kaepernick situation. That's a big thing for me, man. Kaepernick and also Donald Trump with his tweets and him talking to Steph Curry like he's a politician or something like that. Not like he, you know what I'm saying? He's just an athlete, you know what I'm saying? And he's out here, you know what I'm saying, inviting people to come see him. You know what I'm saying? And
run
somebody turns it down, turns down the
That's
invite.
right. That's right.
So he feels because he's Donald Trump, he could rescind the invite and make it seem like, okay, well, you're not welcome anymore when he already turned it down. And that's basically what LeBron James was saying too. He came on and LeBron James is a big time dude. He's not just an athlete, but he has power. He has power to change things. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And for somebody like him, who's an athlete. You laughing?
No, I'm laughing because
yeah.
I'm over here stuck.
And he putting himself out there
Right.
on something as big as this, saying that you're the president, and you making it seem like, you're relevant. Like you're relevant because you're the president, but you're not relevant on who you are. And what you're saying really doesn't matter because you just sound like a hypocrite out here. You know what I'm saying? You're saying one thing, doing something else. You're just
Right.
looking back. So, it just I'm all over the place right now.
No,
with
you're
this,
not.
man.
You did really well with saying that and expressing your point. Because to me, and another thing, okay, you know what I noticed? Oh, damn, my phone ringing. I didn't even turn my phone off, and that is somebody so irrelevant right now calling me. No, for real. I couldn't even see if it was somebody important. I sure hope don't none of y'all call me and y'all looking at this and y'all realize that y'all not. No, I'm just playing. It's none of you guys. I love you guys. It's somebody that, that's probably not even anywhere around involved. But anyway, you made a valid point. You're making valid points.
Right.
And what we were reading the third
The third
stanza of
The national
the
anthem.
national anthem.
Right.
And they're making a big stink, but it's more than just what they're saying, disrespecting the flag. There's some content in there that needs to be addressed.
Right.
Exactly.
And it represents what he is kneeling for, right?
Exactly.
It represents what he's kneeling for. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play that
Are you
really
serious?
no, okay. Hold on. Let me do something real quick. Let me do this. Let me do that, and you can say something for a minute. I mean, go back to saying a little something. I don't know, Tony. You might want to say a little something, but if I get up right now, you really gonna see.
You were talking about a guy who had a lot of power and.
Oh, yeah, I was talking about the Trump situation.
Right.
How you feel about Trump?
Well, I mean, what you gonna do?
What you gonna do, right?
What you gonna do? We got somebody in office that doesn't really care about us. What we're gonna
Right.
do?
Right. It's a businessman. We got a businessman who's supposed to be a politician,
Mm-hmm.
right? But he's running this country like it's a business.
Mm-hmm.
How do you do that? How do you run a country like it's a business? You're supposed to run the country by running the country.
Yeah, but isn't this country being run by big business right now?
I hear you, but if you're the ambassador for the nation,
Right.
you need to uphold yourself not as it's a casual business conversation when you're out there. You need to be professional. You need to respect your position as the president of the United States.
Mm-hmm.
You need to take examples from people who are before you and see how to act and adjust it to yourself. You just don't come up here and say, okay, this is me and this is how I'm going to do it. You know what I'm saying?
And run it like a goon. He's running the nation like a goon. I mean, the United States like a goon. He wants to, it almost seems like he wants to, he's in competition with Jung Hung, what's his name?
Kim Jong.
Kim Jong. Oh my goodness, you guys, we're having a little bit of technical difficulty,
good.
but that's what happens in life. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, exactly.
We make money moves. Okay, I'm sorry.
okay, so about the national anthem, right? Okay, it has that in there, right? But before I knew that, and the whole kneeling situation, you know what I'm saying? People kneel for their reasons. But me as an athlete, being an athlete my whole life, that's the only thing in all American sports in every single event that is being played. So for me, it's tradition. You know what I'm saying? That's why I will stand up for the national anthem. But in this situation now, we got, 4 verses, and in the third verse, they
Third
mention
stanza.
it reads, you know, talking about slaves and praising slavery and the death of slaves.
That's right.
So
It gives you, put a whole nother take on it.
yeah, it taints it completely.
Right.
And that's probably something that they knew that I didn't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think you ought to play the clip.
Yeah, that's
so
what I'm
people-
trying to do. So I'm trying to get it together because I keep switching from camera to camera. So hold on. Go ahead. You guys finish, and then I'm going to try to set it up real quick.
Okay, so I got a friend named Aaron Parker, and we were discussing something similar to that. And his view on it was, he asked me to look up the definition of kneel. And the definition of kneel, according to when I Googled, it said, be in or assume a position in which the body is supported by a knee or the knees, as when praying or showing submission. So by definition, him on his knee is kind of tapping out to the situation by definition. His purpose means something, but by definition, he's tapping in, he's showing, I guess, respect by showing.
So it's like an oxymoron.
Right.
So, yeah,
He's disrespecting by showing respect. I don't know. I don't
Right.
know how.
It's like an oxymoron. Right. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and play the clip.
Just wanted to share something with you. Sean King, who writes for the New York Daily News and who I follow on Twitter, and if you don't follow Sean King on Twitter, do so. Sean King is brilliant. And he writes regularly for the New York Daily News. And he wrote this piece called Why I'll Never Stand Again for the Star-Spangled Banner. And I just want to share 3 paragraphs from Sean's piece about this. He says, first off, the song, he's talking about the Star-Spangled Banner. He says, first off, the song, which was originally written as a poem, didn't become our national anthem until 1931, which was 117 years after Francis Scott Key wrote it. Most of us have no true idea what in the hell we've been hearing or singing all these years. But as it turns out, Key's full poem actually has a 3rd stanza, which few of us have ever heard. In it, he openly celebrates the murder of slaves. Yes, really. It goes like this. No refuge could save the hireling and slave from the terror of flight or the gloom of the grave, and the Star-Spangled Banner in triumph doth wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. And then Sean King goes on to explain what that means. He says, well, it's always been known that the song was written during American slavery, and that when those words about this nation being the land of the free didn't apply to the millions who had been held in bondage, few of us had any idea that the song itself was rooted in the celebration of slavery and the murder of Africans in America who were being hired by the British military to give them strength, not only in the War of 1812, but in the Battle of Fort McHenry in 1814. These black men were called the Corps of Colonial Marines, and they served valiantly for the British military. And Francis Scott Key despised them. He was glad to see them experience terror and death in war, to the point that he wrote a poem about it And that poem is now our national anthem.
All right. So, with that being said, I'm sorry. With that being said, here we are today, right? Without any knowledge, how many years did we sing or, stand with our hand over our right heart in respect and regard for the national anthem? And here we
It
are.
seems since the 1930s.
Man,
Yeah.
yeah. And so we have had people stand up against it. I mean, to a certain extent, like Muhammad Ali, he stood up for against,
Right.
being sent to the service. And the brothers with I don't remember their names, the brothers who stood up, that ran track and
In the Olympics.
in the Olympics. And then here we are again, and all three of them were athletes, in all cases. And so I think we as a people need to stand up. We need to stand up, and I mean, that's kind of like a play on words, right? We need to stand up for our rights and respect and regard as human beings.
Yep. Stand up against standing up.
There you go. There you go.
know?
That's almost like Chris said, you kneeling down, but you're kneeling down and you giving regard, but they're looking at it, and which he's not. He was
He's definitely not getting
right.
regard.
But it's like I said, it's like a play on words.
Right.
And standing up
Right.
and kneeling down, right?
Yeah.
So it's a lot of ways, a few ways you can look at that.
Yeah.
But whomever you are, and people are going to do what they do. But I mean, we as people, we need to look at our history and educate ourselves and take a stand.
Yeah.
Take a stand. Tony,
It's just amazing to me how important it is for, even though you understand the reason these young men don't want to stand up, and people are like still insisting that this is something that they do.
yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me.
It doesn't make sense, Tony, because there's a whole lot of things wrong with the United States of America. And there are a whole lot of things and reasons we should do things or not do things. And with what we've been through since we've been over here from Africa, there's a whole lot of reasons to do a whole lot of things, and people shouldn't have anything to say about it negatively.
Right.
Yeah,
Honestly.
exactly.
We helped build this place.
Yeah.
Just like the man said, the brothers were fighting in the British War against Francis Scott Key,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
No recognition.
Exactly.
No recognition until later. I mean, look what
Right.
they teach us in the schools.
Exactly.
Did you learn that in school? I didn't.
No, you
Right.
didn't.
I didn't.
And thank God for social media now, because there's so many things that we're learning that we never learned before.
So many truths, huh?
So many truths are coming out. You know?
That's crazy. They've been hiding it for a long time and doing a good job of it.
And do
Yeah.
In plain sight, though, that's the cold part.
Yeah.
A lot of this stuff is right in our face.
right in our face.
Just got to open our eyes.
Mm.
But so many distractions.
Yeah. Right.
So many
So
distractions.
sad.
Yeah.
But like Tony said, thank God for social media. Because we make that money move. What about that? What about Cardi B? What about Cardi B?
That's
I got. What did you feel about Cardi B?
Well, I tell you what I think about Cardi B. I think that at first I was a little judgmental because I'm a hater sometimes.
Yes.
I may have to go to AA or HHH or something like that because I am a hater sometimes. I can admit it.
Right.
But when I looked at her and I looked at her struggle, and she's just consistent, and hey, she came up. I'm
Right.
not mad at her
Yep.
because she wear bloody shoes. Okay,
Right.
I'm sorry.
So, like,
and
that's-
it's tough. This business is tough.
Right.
So if you do make it,
And-
you need to be applauded.
Man, and she made
No.
history though.
Uh-huh.
She made history because I think she's the second female who ever made the Billboard 100 top 100.
Lauryn Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So
She
she's
did her thing because I read up on it too. So apparently she was a blood when she was younger, like 15, 16 or something
Oh,
like
is that
that.
right?
And then she started stripping, you know what I'm saying, to escape her situation, whatever that is. And then Vine came out, a little app like
Okay.
Snap. So,
Right.
so Vine came out and she started making Vine videos and blew up. Blew up off the Vine videos, and next thing you know what I'm saying, they want her on Love and Hip Hop.
Right.
And then her personality, because like if you pay attention to her, she not like a bad person. She really not. She
No, she's
cool.
sweet.
you feel
And
me?
she's solid.
That's why she raw to me. You know what I'm saying? Because she's super cool. So you know what I'm saying. So she got put on for that, and then she get she got some type of like makeup endorsements or whatever, and then she ended up rapping,
Everything.
and now she just signed a deal with Atlantic Records for $5 million.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? She got the #1 thing in the country, song in the country.
That's right.
I don't knock it because it was all her. She didn't flip away from what she was doing. Everybody liked her.
Yeah,
She
even
won.
she's surprised though.
Yeah.
She's surprised, and that's what's so sweet about it. She's just like,
Yeah, she
this
cool.
this can't be real. Can this be real? I'm sorry.
Sing it, baby.
But do
Sing.
you know
That's what's
know
up.
much about Cardi B?
No, I don't know much at all
Okay.
about her.
Do
I
you-
know men who late at night have dream about her singing to them
Okay.
while their shoes is off.
Right. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, is she rubbing the big toe? Is she rubbing the
I
big
have no
toe?
idea, but that's what they tell me.
That's what they tell you.
You understand? I don't
Big
like
toe.
young girls because they evil. I don't like young girls. I know. But, I mean, I'm pretty sure she's pretty good.
You think so? Well,
She's
yeah.
very attractive.
She is very attractive.
And I've only seen her with a scarf wrapped around her head.
Well, you
I
know,
don't know
she
why.
got her teeth fixed. So that, I mean, but she was beautiful with those crooked teeth. She really was.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was beautiful. I mean, it was kind of like an eyesore a little bit, but
Well, in
she
show
was still
business, you
beautiful.
need to get your teeth fixed
Well, she
unless
got
it's
them
part of your persona. To, look like a hillbilly. and
Man,
shit.
yeah, but she
Yeah.
got them fixed. I don't think it was she had bad teeth. I think they were just kind of
A little
off,
crooked or something.
offset. They were
Yeah.
offset. I think that's a good word.
That's
I think,
yeah.
I think offset is a good
I
word.
think
And
that's her
thank God.
dude's name right now.
No,
Offset.
you quit playing.
I think it's
She
Offset
go with a
from,
nigga named
from
Offset?
Migos. Yeah.
That's why she chose it.
Migos? Yes, I just heard them today.
I think she messed with
I just
Offset.
heard them today on the Katy Perry song, believe it or not.
Oh, really? How
called
was that?
Bon Appetit.
And was it delicious?
Yeah, I
Hey,
don't
that's
know.
funny.
It was just a funny video.
Was it delicious?
Yeah, Bon Appetit.
That's the question we all want to know.
You know, Katy Perry trips me out because she always sings the song about, like, empowerment or if you leave me, I'm going to jack you up. Or I got the best stuff. That's the
Right,
theme of
right.
every one of the songs. I got the best stuff. And I know this. Women, when you mess with a woman and she say, like that stuff is good, it ain't about
But
shit.
you know what? I'm gonna tell you something about
ain't
that.
about
But no, I'm gonna tell you
nothing. I
something
done
about
heard
that.
many
No,
women.
I know, but let me tell you
I
something
rock
about that.
your world.
Let me tell you where
like,
women get that from.
Where?
Y'all.
For giving
From
them
y'all,
props.
ooh, this is the best. Ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah, you know you got the best. Oh, this. And so what she's
Well,
gonna
you
do?
got to
she's
lie to
gonna-
keep it coming.
Well, if it was me, I wouldn't get it no more if it wasn't good. I'm just saying.
Well, let me.
But y'all just keep on going
okay.
back because y'all
Okay.
ain't right.
Okay, no. Let's look at it.
Lying to
No.
people.
Let's look at it. Let's say you ain't got no food,
Okay, but
and the
then
only food available.
is where the bad coochie at. I got you.
You understand
Hey,
what
man.
I'm saying? It's
That's
just
real.
like a pull pack or something. You understand?
I got it.
And then you got to keep that pull pack coming.
You got to keep it
until you can do better in life and get you a real meal.
Yeah, well, okay, that's why I don't ever have no food at my house. So, but yeah, I'm keeping it real with me. You ain't eating. You ain't eating.
Yeah.
Tell me the truth.
See, but I'll go hungry though.
Yeah, that's good for you.
It ain't worth it. I'll go hungry.
Good for you, because when I was your age, brother, I didn't have nail standards. All right? I didn't give a
I'm
damn.
hungry, mommy. If you're not playing the game right, I will go hungry.
That is
I'm
beautiful.
not tripping. It's good. Come on, man.
So, Tony, what I'd like for you to do is tell me about you and your low standards. And I'm going to bring it up close because I want everybody to understand, because a lot of men got low standards, but they won't admit it, right? And so what I'm going to do is bring it close, and so you maybe can help a few of the
These brothers
yeah,
with their
yeah.
standards.
With their standards. So you go right ahead, you just right ahead, and you go on and let them.
All right, brothers, check this out, right? So, I got to tell you, I got to be honest. My life has been in big trouble because I didn't care. In fact, I didn't even hit on women. They hit on me.
So you're lucky.
Well, that happens a lot more than you would think. A lot of people And I wasn't always a fat person.
It doesn't matter. You're still beautiful.
Oh, you were sweet. Anyway, the thing is that
Beautifully handsome,
these women looked upon me as someone they could take advantage of. You know,
No, Tony.
they did. They
No.
did. They said,
No.
I can run this brother. I can take. He is malleable because he does not fight. He, you know what I mean?
You're so
he is
sweet,
so
Tony.
kind to me. He must be a big pussy,
Oh,
right?
okay.
You understand what I'm
Okay,
saying?
so,
So
okay.
they got with me, you understand, and then I had to say, listen, I don't like the way you're treating me, and they thought because I said it so calmly, I was lying,
You was lying. Did you ever beat anybody? Have you ever beat anybody?
and they beat me.
You ain't
Yeah.
never knocked. You ain't just never knocked one down. Just kind of, like you shouldn't have been messing with me. I tried
no,
not to.
No.
No.
My mom told me never to beat up women.
Such a gentleman.
And check this out. When I was younger, and my mom said, "Don't beat up women."
Okay.
They must have sent out an email because every dame that wanted to fight a nigga was at my house, was trying to come at me, you know. I bite, I stretch, I kick, you know, like that. They was, like, you know, ready to hurt me like a gunfighter.
So I have a question for you. So so when men are in situations like that, it's like, so how do you? Because you always win. I see you. I always see you winning. So when you're in situations like that, can you let them know how they can win?
Well, let me tell you what I did when I was a young boy.
Okay.
What I did is I started hanging out with really rough ass dudes, right? I became their mascot.
Okay.
And so that kept people off me, especially these girls, right?
So you had like an entourage.
No, I was more part of their entourage. You understand? Cats with names like Polio and 12 Gauge, you know, shit that's all bad for you.
Okay.
But that's how I did it. As I got older, I had no defenses, so I ended up being with these women, and I would just have to ghost them or leave somehow.
So do you think that good guys finish last or first?
I think that you make it what you make it.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
Whether you're a good guy, whether you're a piece of shit,
Okay.
you make it based on how you handle the situation.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can be a good guy, like this brother right here.
Nice guys finish last every time.
Huh?
They finish last every time.
You think so?
Yes.
You know, I look at you, brother, and you look like you're doing well in life.
Right. I'm cool. You know, I'm a solid dude. You know what I'm saying? With principles and morals and all that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And you got that from this lovely woman right
You know,
here.
what can I say?
But I had to switch a few things around in order to be attractive in that type of way. Because I used to be Mr. Hi, how you doing? Oh, after a while, that don't work. After you start dogging them a little bit,
They like it a little bit.
just a little
Just
bit,
a little bit.
I mean,
But you know, I know women who who loves getting beat up.
Oh, I do
They
too.
think that
I
means
know a
a sign
woman.
of
I
love.
know women who get wet getting choked out.
You know, I heard that. I wish somebody would choke me.
are you talking about like a real chokeout or in the passion of having, you
Passion.
However,
know? I mean, you know, they do like that.
all I know
Really?
is that I like my pleasure with pleasure. I don't like my pleasure with pain.
No, don't choke me because we fighting. I'm just saying that's an insult.
It depends on the choke.
If
It's around the
oh,
neck.
so if you coming like here, like you coming like
If you coming around and you whispering in their ear or something,
oh,
just
like
how you
bitch,
do
you
it.
gonna live, you gonna
It's how
live,
you
bitch.
do
Just
it.
hold
It ain't
on,
how you
just
live.
hold on, bitch. You gonna live. I got
It's
it.
the choke me daddy.
Okay.
Oh no!
I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Somebody help me. I can't breathe. See,
If you a brother, that's dangerous, brother. Because
You don't choke to kill. You just choke to apply pressure. They
Alright.
still breathe.
All right. Check
they
these.
still breathe.
Go ahead, do that.
No,
do that.
I'm just saying, choke
Some
me.
go wrong.
It's like on the same pulling hair. Like girls like a little yank. It ain't to yank your hair out. It's
Really?
a,
What
it's a
about
little
them
yank,
girls that got
little
weaves?
tug.
They don't like that. They're pulling that.
I'm gonna tell you something. I got real hair. You better not pull my hair. I think I got too
Black
many.
women
I got
don't
too
like
many
their hair.
rules.
But y'all generation,
You sound
Okay, let
like-
me ask you a question. You done been with a black woman and been pulling a black woman's hair?
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. For
Shit,
sure.
I need to be
Yeah,
in your
beast.
generation.
You are just like your daddy.
Ah.
My name it's Chris Edwards.
Right.
It's Chris Edwards for sure.
You a beast.
I need to be in your generation if they
But yeah, y'all generation turned it out. Y'all started the turn out generation, but y'all still had things that this generation, things that this generation does now, you guys would consider taboo,
So we
especially
had
the black women,
Exactly.
especially black women. So basically, it's still a freak is a freak. But now it's accepted to be a freak, and it's more vocal, and everybody talks about it more. Where in your generation, if you're known as a freak, you're a hoe, you're tainted. That's it.
You're right.
But
You're right.
now-
But now freaks are not hoes and tainted anymore.
They're still
No,
hoes,
no,
but not
no.
as much.
I see. This is the thing. What I think. I don't think there's no such things as freaks, or hoes, or sluts. I think these women are just wonderful givers.
You
All right.
Look at him. Look how
givers.
nice Tony is.
I mean, it's cool, but you can't give to everybody the same way.
Well, but I'm glad you mentioned that, because that that's the same thing I was trying to say about being a nice guy. You know, if you can manage and you look and see who is deserving of what, then you don't come out on the short end.
Right.
All right. I got to be honest with you. I've been really nice to a lot of pigs. You know what I mean? Just awful humans. Just people that, man, when I was done with them, they slithered back underneath a rock.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
know
just
what you're saying.
awful.
Just a snake.
Just yeah.
Just
yeah.
a.
But the ones who want the nice, we don't necessarily want them. They're not that attracted to us. We don't want that certain type. It's a certain type of woman that gets a certain amount of attention that treats you a certain type of way.
And that's what you like. But you know what I could say? Maybe that's why I always like the rougher guy. I mean, the more seasoned in the street kind of guys.
I like women that are going to be really nice to me. I mean, really nice to me. Because I've had enough women. I've had more women being awful to me.
Right.
I want someone who's going to be incredibly nice to me. And I'm going to be incredibly nice to them.
Right.
Yeah, I don't want that.
sweet.
I know.
I mean, that's how it should be, but that's not
And that's
reality
funny
anymore,
to
though.
use. Yeah, but
That ain't really.
It's-
That's not real, though.
it's important that people are. I hear what you're saying, but believe me, that happens. That happens. I've run into a few women in my lifetime that have been very wonderful and kind to me.
Right.
One of the first ones, it was so new and scary, I didn't quite respect it as I should have. But her life turned out okay,
Right.
which is great.
Are you still friends?
She doesn't talk to me at all. But I think that's only because of her maybe inexperience in situations like we had.
Okay.
Because, I mean, I'm not opposed to talking to her. I don't hate her. I was upset at first,
Okay.
but I was more upset out of embarrassment than out of anger.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Aww.
But I really like, it's good to be good to people.
It
is.
is good to be good to people.
You know, and you want some. This is the deal. Life is tough enough as it is, and tough enough if you're African American. And then you come home to somebody like, nigga, where with you, nigga?
Oh,
you
man.
know,
That's
or someone who wants to start some shit with you or try to control and dominate you.
Yes.
I mean, I deal with that shit out in the street. Why do I want to come home to that?
That's
Right.
right. Those are
You
people
know?
who have mental issues. I'm serious.
Well,
And
then I done fucked a lot of crazy
you've
bitches.
a whole lot of crazy.
I
A
done
whole
fucked
lot of crazy.
lot of crazy
Yeah.
bitches. Because that's what all of them was all about.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
So they
So,
all argue with you.
They all wanted to be ugly because I was so nice to them. They thought I was a big chump,
Well,
you know? And so now,
maybe you should have took one to the throat. You should have just took one and just took her to the throat. I'm just playing.
What good
Tony.
would that have
Dang,
been?
Tony looking at me like I'm all serious. I am non-violent.
yes, you like that. You like it.
No, I don't.
You
No.
like a
Let
nigga
me
to
tell
hold
you
your
something.
finger back like,
Let me-
bend down, bitch. Make me some eggs, ho.
No, I don't.
don't like
Actually,
that.
no, I actually.
I done been with women just awful to me, like, you little punk ass bitch. You pay your bills on time. You a little bitch, you know, like that. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
no, see, I can't
Just
do the
rough.
violence. I can't do the violence.
Just
I do like the
rough.
little edge, but don't use that on me. Don't use it on me. You know, I mean, be a little, hey.
Well,
with
this
it.
is what I found out. If somebody is gonna do something to one person, they're gonna do it to everybody else.
They will.
All right.
Not
so
true.
if you, I don't know now. Come on, man. I had a buddy, and he was always fucking his girlfriend off, and I thought that he was just doing that to his
We're
girl.
running out of time. Oh my God, we're
Thought he
having
just
such a good time. I'm sorry, Tony,
That's
because
all
they're
good.
gonna cut us off. But I like the way that feel. I see how that. Okay, all right.
I'm gonna use a lot of skin cream every day. My skin cream budget is big.
Oh, shit.
Touch my face.
Yes,
Touch
it
my
is.
face.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
sucking,
why I
sucking.
stay smooth. What?
Sucking.
What?
Okay, look.
I done had so many women rub me and say, "You remind me of my wife in jail." Anyway, go ahead.
So, we didn't introduce ourselves in the beginning. My name is Glamis,
I'm Tony Sparks.
And I'm Chris Edwards.
and we've been saying like that, where we say it just like
that.
just like
Just like that.
just like that. Until next week, we'll see you next Monday. I'm sorry. We show on Channel 27 on Monday. We show today live and 2 to 3 o'clock every Wednesday. But you'll catch up with us. Subscribe, like. We are not going nowhere. We all in this together. We love you. Until next time, say it like that.
Say it like that.
Say it like that.
Just like that.
Y'all have a good one.
That was great.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was fun.
We gotta start writing stuff down though, cause we
So
got
we can
lost.
go with a topic. Yeah. We just have it right here.
I got stuck for a second.
No,
I tried
you
to-
did good.
No, we did good. We did it. No, that was a good show.
Beautiful.
We talked about everything. It was good.
That was fun.
So we can look at it right now. You know it's on.
That was so fun.
It's still on?
I don't know. I think we stopped.
Did you stop the
I
recording?
stopped the recording.
Okay.
So we should have stopped. You know. Let me sign out and let me look.
And
at
we
it. Let's
actually
look
did
at it.
30 minutes.
And we actually did 30 minutes. We started
That
at
is
2 o'clock.
beautiful.
Yeah, that was good.
That was fun. I'm excited. We just getting better and better and better.
That's funny. The chemistry is good, I think.
It's awesome. Okay, so let me go here. Let's see if we can play it. They save it. So let's see. We got.
You sure you're not gonna knock it out of the queue if you do that?
How am I knock it out?
I don't know. You're
No,
not
we're
gonna
done.
erase it or anything.
We're done. And it's already on YouTube. It's already there. So. Where are we? Here we right here?
Really?
So that was us setting up. But let's see. Why is it not playing? Why is it no sound? I'm gonna be hella mad they didn't get our sound. Why wouldn't they get
I
our
kind of
sound?
hear something right now.
Do you?
I did.
Maybe it's not coming out the speaker in here. But it should be because you had a problem with that clip.
Alright.
Maybe it's not coming out the speaker in
There you go.
Oh no.
Oh,
we're
we still
live
doing it right now.
streaming.
We're still live streaming.
Oh, you're molded.
Oh.
So you gotta turn the live streaming
I
off.
don't know
baby.
how to do that.
Well, then we need to get the hell out of here.
No, we out
No,
here just
we're
talking.
yeah, but no,
I
it
was
was fun. It
wondering why
doesn't
I
matter.
was like still.